Do you like anime? Do you like Japanese inspired things? Do you like clothes? I'm sure you like to stay warm. Well, I got this stuff for you. Introducing Imori.com, a website that introduces anime and Japanese inspired styled clothing made in-house. And you can use the code Uchi15 to save yourself 15% off of all these cool, dope hats, beanies, hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, and way more where that came from. That's Uchi15 at checkout to save yourself 15% off your entire order at Imori.com. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Uch and the homie Kai, and as always, we are back once again. How y'all doing today? So, as always, we are here once again to give you guys another review and, of course, our thoughts firsthand on the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super manga, and this month's chapter is chapter 56, Warriors of Earth Assemble. Now, this title I was not ready for. I'll tell you right now, I was not ready for this. And I didn't expect for what I was about to see, because you read the title, you're like, okay, whatever, and you just swipe to the next page, or you just click the next button, however you're reading this chapter. All right. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it because we got no time to waste. But of course, we're gonna get right into it right after these messages. Do you like Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball Super, Dr. Stone, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Well, those are just a few of the several different hundreds of anime selections that you can watch for free with my trial code for Funimation Now. All you gotta do is click that link in the description below and check out Funimation Now for a free 14-day trial period to enjoy all of these anime and many, many more. That's Funimation Now by using the link in the description below. Okay. So Kai, it's funny how we literally we are at a point now in our friendship where we cannot speak to one another throughout the entire day of when anything Dragon Ball comes out, because we have to save it for stuff like this.
Yeah. That's why I texted you. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, right?
I was like, honestly, I can't.
Yeah, it's so funny how that works, but I mean, it does suck. I feel that, because I was like, dude, I just want to make my snarky remarks and jokes and stupid shit that I would always say anyway, throughout, something like this. But anyway, we're here now. Now we can totally vent it all out while we go over this chapter. First page, of course, first few pages, I should say, we are witnessing Jocko and what looks like to be the rest of the Galactic Patrol just kind of coming through to Earth. And by the time you get to page what is this, 4 to 5, we're treated with a beautifully done double page, full page of what I would like to call the Galactic Avenger Patrol. These motherfuckers were lined up like the goddamn Avengers. And when I saw this picture, I literally I could not unhear the Avengers theme song. And yo, I don't care if we got Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, Shinhan. I don't care if it's these folks that you might have forgotten about, and in comparison to our boys Vegeta and Goku, obviously it's gonna be a little different. With how we all know that they're significantly stronger than them, but let's be honest here. Seeing all of them line up the way that they were was ridiculous, and it just looked so epic. And I was like, oh my god! I was popping off while I was reading this. I literally was like, it was OD. It was awesome. So they're getting ready to fight. They're pretty much gathering their Earth warriors, defenders, whatever. Quite literally, the Earth defenders right now. So that way, they can take on, the coming threat of Moro and his henchmen and whoever else he decides to throw out these dudes, right? Now, this chapter, I will say, kind of like looking forward to give you guys a little glimpse. This chapter was very action-packed, and at the same time, the one thing I did love about this chapter is that it gave light to mad characters within this one chapter.
Yep.
I was very happy about that. And it was and honestly some subtle surprises, not really surprises, I shouldn't say surprises, but like, I guess within some of the dialogue that was shared or that was read, I was like, oh, okay, they're here to remind us about a few things, but we'll get to that. So pretty much after this, we noticed like one of Moro's like big spaceships shooting down like some minor spacecrafts looking little paper plane looking Johns, and they're literally going to different parts of the world, and like this is like a massive earthly attack. Like this is not even like the Avengers where in Endgame where it was all centralized at one location and that was where the big battle happened. Like, nah, they had Moro sicked his freaking dudes on the entire globe, it seemed, targeting different parts of the world, like I said. And at this point in time, they were forced to kind of scatter and separate and to go off and help defend like different parts of the world, which I thought was dope. Again, this is the Avengers. This is the Galactic Avenger Patrol. It's not the Galactic Patrol. Oh, and speaking of Galactic Patrol, I have to note, on their gi, they all had the Galactic Patrol emblem, just like how Goku and Vegeta did when they was fighting on Planet Namek.
Naturally.
That shit was fire. Oh my god. Like, that was part of the big shot, the double pager. And yep. I was super impressed and happy about, everything that I felt like this was just a treat, like, I got, what, it is like that. Every time we get something new for Super, it is a goddamn gift. At this rate in time, it is a gift, right? So, moving right along, like I said, they're scattering. Krillin and Master Roshi, they go off together. Of course, we got Tien and Chaozu sticking together. That's gonna be obvious, right? Yamcha surprisingly goes off on his own, right? And so then they're each fighting some foes. I guess Krillin, he's fighting the dude that he was already familiar with. It was like that Winnie the Pooh looking guy.
Yeah.
And then like there was those three girls that the one reminds people of Android 18. I forget their names. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Android 18, Android 21. That's what they remind the fans of. So it's like those three sisters, and then of course we already know where we can see what's coming. Roshi's gonna go, like they go off somewhere else because they get bored or whatever, and they're like, oh, we're gonna go destroy something else. So Roshi naturally is gonna go chase after them because straight off the Tournament of Power, what was his thing? He was all about, oh, I gotta practice being able to withstand my my hard-ons against all these females, pretty much. And so he's like, oh, I'm gonna go fight them. Krillin, you should be able to take on this guy by yourself, right? So I was like, all right, word. Before the scene changes, though, Krillin gets duffed in the fucking face. All right. Then they go back to what I wanted. This is like the fucking meat and cheese of the whole chapter. I feel like the fight between Piccolo, Gohan, and 7-3, the rematch. Right. This is like part 2. This time around, dude, there's John. Like, it's just. Funny thing, side note, I will say I am pretty annoyed with how people are now saying, oh yeah, Goku was never a bad dad because of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, right? Because of the fucking game. Because I'm like, well, guys, if you definitely went back to watch Dragon Ball Z and you definitely would have seen that. Yeah, he was never a bad dad. It's just been like this. Y'all just like to, follow these memes and shit, like, and take the memes for actuality, which is not. But that's the side note that I wanted to say. But it relates to what I'm about to say, because this chapter do not help the memes. It just doesn't help. It doesn't help the cause of the jokes of Piccolo and the relationship that P has with Gohan. It just doesn't help those memes, because it only invigorates them even more and strengthens them, because they were fighting like the best father and son duo you will ever see. Like their chemistry, like their fight against 7-3 was so spot on. I was like, oh my god, this is actually crazy. So before the fight even starts, 7-3 manages to steal their powers again. He had the quickness, snuck up behind them, grabbed their necks.
Yeah, he was invisible.
Yep. And he stored both of their, he copied their abilities or whatever.
How busted is that? He can copy. He can't use two at once, but he can copy two at once.
Right. And this, I like this part a lot, because it kind of gives us a really nice foreshadowing. Because what is Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super? Like, especially when it comes down to Goku and Vegeta, like, those two have had the biggest hurdle that they jump over it a couple times, but like ultimately, like, they are always the same. Like, these guys, they will always have a struggle with just being able to work together, and that's it. They always want their one-on-ones. Like, they don't like the free-for-alls. They're like Smash Brothers players. They don't like free-for-alls. They just want to do 1v1s. That's it. And so here, Gohan and Piccolo are like working together in sync, and clearly, just like you said, like 7-3, he cannot use his, he can't use his copy ability, or he can't use two out of the three at the same time. He can't use all three either at the same time. He has to, I guess, flip-flop at the least. And so he's already trying to steal the special beam cannon.
Well, but that makes me wonder, can he really, I don't remember, can he really only hold three at a time?
Well, if we're gonna judge off of how his frame is, as far as his design,
I get that. I just thought, I don't know, the way it was sketched, it made it look like it was just a whole, there was a wheel behind there, you know what I mean? It goes full circle.
Oh, okay. Well, behind the gems on his head?
Yeah.
That would be,
if you think about spinning a rotator like that, there's more in the back, it has to go full circle.
Yeah,
but that could just be me. They could have mentioned it and I don't remember.
I was gonna say the thing that they could sneak in there if they wanted to. They could even go as far as, what do you call that? They could even go as far as he has more hidden on his body, that's covered up right now, and we just know that, or we just see that. Oh no, he can only do 3 at a time. So he copies Gohan Piccolo, and he's already shooting out the special beam cannon, which I'm I have to call this out. Have they always called it Demon Light of Death in the manga?
I'm not sure. I peeped that as well. I was looking for it, but I thought their combined one was interesting. Because it's Demon Light of Death, and then they changed that shit.
Yeah, that part was OD. So also in the middle of this, I don't want to call it Demon Light of Death. That's motherfucking special beam cannon. We all know that's special beam cannon.
Bro, they had the Masenko beam cannon.
Yeah, we'll get to that. There's one more part in between though. Gohan had some crazy new shield up that I've never seen him do before. Like I said, their technique, that the way they was working together was just perfect. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Everybody been putting up the shield for Piccolo to do special beam cannon. It's great.
Yeah, so he used the shield to pretty much block 7-3s, and then Piccolo shot his own back, and apparently like that was effective against him, which logically I don't get it, but it was hype, so I just okay.
It was hype.
It was, and then like this man literally like he blasted like half of his body off, like his whole like left side of his torso, his whole arm was gone. It was crazy. And then they revealed, oh yeah, like we were ready for him to copy our abilities. Like that was part of the plan, right?
I mean, I'd hope so.
Right? And then so now he switches to Gohan. Now he's throwing ki blasts and he's throwing barrages of ki blasts. And the action is going back and forth. Piccolo is like shooting out these like platform ki blasts for Gohan to
that
like
was wild.
Dude, like that's what I'm saying. Like
that was so wild.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like this chapter was crazy. Like, and this was the best part. This fight right here was so dope. Just to see like this.
Bro, Gohan looked at those ki blasts. He was like, "Nah, we weave those. Boom.
We weave those." Shout out to the last Full Power Podcast episode. We weave those. So yeah, so he's literally juking in between all these blasts. Like he's literally going in and out. No burgers. Going right up to a 7-3. Decks him in the freaking face.
Yep.
And then, of course, he's got one ability left, which is Moro, that he got stored up. Now, we go over to see what Yamcha's up to. And this is probably going to have to be my second favorite part right here. Not going to lie. Because Yamcha, people love to joke on him. People love to meme on his ass. Of course, because, my man lost to Magikarp way back in the day. But this chapter, like Toyotaro, man, he did a great job. He put in some lore to remind folks that he was one of the 3 strongest Earthlings around. Which, I mean, hey, like out of the whole planet, that's something to, that's something to flex, I suppose. And he was taking on like 3 enemies by himself, no problems. No problems. Yeah, like no problems at all, to the point where they quickly cut right back to Gohan and Piccolo versus 7-3. I was like, okay, Yamcha, get your shit. Get your respect back from these goddamn fans, yo. So here's the part where they do the Demon Flash of Death, which is
the Masenko
beam cannon. Like,
yes.
Freaking Gohan had the Masenko.
That shit was... Woo!
Oh yeah, that shit was fire. So
that was awesome.
So they blast 7-3. 7-3 is like done diddly squat. Like this man looking frayed, like he got cooked. Like straight up, like he is on the floor. He's like dismembered, falling apart. And now they're like, oh, he's about to resort to Moro's power. And he resorts to the power. And as soon as he was trying to take their energy, the surprise of a lifetime. Well, I wouldn't say a surprise of a lifetime, but I honestly forgot about these characters. And here comes, for the first time in a while, we see 17 and 18 back again once again. And of course, they're the best opponents for a dude like 7-3 with Moro's stolen ability. And even against Moro himself, because they don't have life energy to take from, because they're artificial humans. So I thought I had like a moment, because I didn't even think of that. So they come in, they butt in, and 18 and 17, they're like, oh yeah, let's make quick work of this. We get a little bit of dialogue back and forth. 18, of course, being a fighting, what's the term? Freaking, no, I can't even think of the term that I wanted to say, but she's like a fighting hoe out here, only fighting for money, pretty much, right? Like she reveals that she's about to get like 10 million Zennethe, and 17 reveals that Goten and Trunks are back at his spot, watching over those animals. And I'm just like, I really hope like they should just do a fucking side manga for those fucking characters, bro. Cause like I would love to see what the hell they're dealing with. And in case people forgot, like they confirmed like they're Cell Juniors on that shit. So like that would be amazing if we could, ever see them. Because they just, I mean, who knows? Yo, imagine if they're like holding them off because like the next time we see them, like they actually had a little bit of age to them. That'd be nice. So lastly, right before they're about to get into the fight, for the literally the last 2 pages, we finally see Vegeta and Goku, see what they're at. More Vegeta than Goku. Pretty much Goku is just lost. He's just trying to find his way back to Earth on the spaceship that he barely knows how to probably pilot. And then Vegeta,
that's so funny.
And Vegeta, he's not in any rush to go back. They're teasing like, he's on like this technique that he's trying to fully master. And I almost thought that, okay, they're gonna send this guy back home incomplete. But Vegeta's like, nah, I'm not having that. I need to master this shit before I go. And that's it. And he's literally using every second that he possibly can. We cannot tell exactly what this technique is still, but the only thing that we're shown is this dude was in like a one-handed push-up stance. So I don't know what the hell this is gonna have anything to do with, but let's remember this guy is all about his spirit control now, and let's also remember that Vegeta has mastered the spirit control faster and better than Goku did, according to the Yardrats. And that is basically chapter 46 or 56, my bad.
I still want to talk about the fact that that's a much different Goku they're referring to, though. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, like if you were to go back now, it'd probably be a different story.
Yeah,
for sure. But hey, man, you take your flexes where you got them.
Absolutely, Vegeta did a great job. I'm not trying to ridicule that.
So I pretty much just went over the entire chapter. I want to hear all your thoughts, since I pretty much spoke for the first fucking 20 minutes of this.
I mean, it's all good. Yeah, like trying to keep it in order. Yeah, Galactic Avengers Patrol, whatever they are. That shit was lit. That was kind of got that spoiled because social media, the world we live in. Thanks, but
oh yeah,
no,
cool.
I
didn't see nothing. I avoided all that stuff. I got lucky, I guess. I didn't see shit.
That's definitely not true, but we'll talk about that later. Wait. Yeah, going with the Galactic Patrol. Yeah, Moro's a G. Moro's a G just for the fact that he really, he sent all his goons out everywhere. Like, he literally made people split up because, at the end of the day, he could literally just, come out of there and just start absorbing the planet immediately. Give, everybody else no time at all. So,
right.
That was something on its own. We already discussed how lit the whole, this episode was yes, it's the Z fighters united into the Galactic Patrol and everything like that, but realistically speaking, it was the Gohan and Piccolo episode with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
It was a whole episode. It was not a chapter, it was an episode. That shit was lit.
Yeah, this could definitely
there were
be an
so
episode.
many just really cool things about this chapter, including besides them, even we find the Magetta, right, of Universe 7, I guess.
Oh yeah. So there was a robot guy that looked exact. I was like, this motherfucker looked familiar. But
of course.
Yeah.
And then 17 and 18 bop in, ooh, the original squad,
yeah, dude, it was like a roll call.
Squad, the duos.
They had everybody in there, which was
duo.
sick.
Yeah. Even Boo, I'm guessing, is gonna wake up at some point.
Oh yeah, that was in the beginning of the chapter. They showed once they arrived back to Earth, they had brought Boo back out on a bed and shit, and there was Hercule, and he was like, "Oh, if they ever do that to you again, Boo, I'm gonna get them." At least that's how I heard it in my head.
Oh, D.
So, Out of 10.
Vegeta's still disrespecting the elder Paibara. Just, Paibara,
he's trying to rush his ass.
But you know what though? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it once again. He's not rushing to get home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He's not.
He's not rushing. He is how far away, and he's not rushing to get home? Do you know why he's not rushing to get home?
Instant transmission.
Instant transmission.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
He about to be like, all right, we're good.
Yeah. Done. I told you, there was somebody on Earth about to be getting their ass beat because he's waiting for Moro to step into the fight. He's like, nah, I feel that. Moro's not there yet. I got time.
Yeah, that's that's very true because like
Vegeta's gonna get there before Goku.
You think so?
Absolutely, because Goku apparently can't use instant transmission from where he's at.
Which doesn't make sense.
He might be a lot farther out.
Oh yeah, how close is he to Vampa?
You're OD.
I'm telling you, bro. He's so lost. Like, what if he just ends up like there by accident? Like, hey, yo, Broly, come with me. That shit would be. I would cry. I would be so happy if Toyotaro does that. I'll be like, dude, he's lost. He's on some random like fucking squid planet right now. Like, yo, let this man get lost and end up on Vampa and say, hey, I know these guys. And then he's like, lets them know. And boom, that's like another big surprise. Like, come on. They're going to bring in 18, 17, Yamcha Tien, freaking Chaozu, Master Roshi, Krillin, freaking, like, all these new little villains and shit. Like, Gohan, Piccolo, like, come on. They might as well. Shit, Frieza should freaking just show up just because. Fuck, why not? Like, maybe that's a little much, but still. Goku should get lost to Vampa, bro. That would be so crazy.
Oh my god. But there's something I'd like to kind of point out on pages 44 and 45, I suppose, with the whole Vegeta on Yardrat thing. Yeah. He's trying to master this whatever teasing technique that, obvious. He's trying to master that, but if you take a look at that, it seems like obviously like like he's trying his hardest, he's very drained, this and that, and we know Elder Paibara heals.
Facts.
Can we talk, like, if you just look at like how drained he was and then literally a second later he's like, no, I gotta master this technique, and he stands right back up again. Can we talk about how many Zenkai boosts this man got?
So you're saying every time this man gets healed,
it's a straight fact, because like, yes, I understand when you're on the brink of death it's stronger, but he's like on the ground huffing and puffing. This is Vegeta. Okay.
So you're basically saying like with all
he wouldn't be huffing and puffing if it wasn't some real shit.
Huffing and puffing. Okay, yeah, I got you. So you're basically saying that this guy,
not only did he unlock his spirit control, not only is it wild as hell, not only is he learning new attacks, and he seems like a whole new Vegeta with the amount of power and control he has in them, but yeah, now he's mastering all this, like, all different kinds of spirit control. Yes, he's getting instant transmission, confirmed. And so on top of that,
you think that shit's confirmed, right?
On top of that, we're talking about someone who's trying to learn at like literal god speed, and like this Yardrat is healing him up so that he can like go again and go again and go again. Those are some Zenkai boosts.
I wonder if he's gonna like learn the healing as well, or if he hasn't already.
It would be nice. It'd be a package deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Like, and I also want to know whatever he's mastering. Is that like the final technique? Like after this, will he know all the Yardrat like abilities? Because that would be nice.
I mean, I don't know about all of them.
I mean, but think about it. We don't even know all of them. We don't know shit about these guys. Like we literally knew them.
Like, cause like that really puts it into perspective that Goku was on the pole the whole time, like meditating. Cause like that's really all he learned.
All right. Like. They probably, like, thinking back to Z when after he defeated Frieza on Namek and he was floating in space or whatever, or however that shit went.
I still can't wait for Goku to notice Vegeta's clothes.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Oh, yeah, no, that would be funny. But I'm saying, what I meant to say was, I said Goku was floating in space. No, that was Frieza. But yeah, no, he ends up on fucking Yard Rat.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, they probably healed his ass, obviously, and then they taught him his transmission. And now here's another thing I just realized, because this is some very Dragon Ball-esque shit for them to do, and like, it'll be like one of those wow moments, right? So fast forward to whatever chapter it is where they're finally both there and ultimately fighting against Moro. Vegeta's whipping out these moves, these techniques and stuff, and Goku sees him do it, and he's like, "Oh, I know how to do that."
I mean, that's Goku.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what we've been over multiple times. That's that monkey see, monkey do.
That's actually, I know how to do this. Why didn't I think of that? Great idea, Vegeta.
Right.
And he'll be like, Kakarot, you fuck. Are you? Nah, yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah. Like, we could have had this guy beat on Namek. Why didn't you? Yeah. I would laugh. You know, that is a very Toriyama thing to do, because he's all about his comedy. It's all humor, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so.
Can't believe Goku's lost. Like, completely lost.
Dude, I'm telling you, that in itself is funny, right? That's humor. That's a part of the whole formula of Dragon Ball. Now, apply that humor that's actually happening. Like, yes, Goku doesn't know how to drive a spaceship. That's fine. He barely knows how to drive a car. We already understand that, right? Yep. And if he's going to be getting lost, this is the perfect opportunity. This is how you bring in Broly. This is actually how you bring in Broly. Like, I am giving everyone that's listening to this the exact way, because I know I cannot be the only one. I know that there are people out there, whether they like to admit it or not, that they would fucking love to have or see.
I think
Broly.
Most people would like that.
Yeah, dude, because I mean, yes, even though, like, okay, as a story standpoint, yes, it would like kind of be a little bit of a mess, because this whole thing has been built around Goku and Vegeta, both individually. You know, you have Goku over here training with the fallen angel, brother to freaking Whis Mirrors, right? And then you got Vegeta going in separate ways, like knowing of some secrets from the Yard Rats that he needed to learn and master. Just all this preparation just for this fight. So yes, I understand that if you just randomly throw freaking Broly into the mix, then okay. Then yeah, that's like you could argue that's kind of OD or overkill or whatever. But look, man, if they got both 18 and 17, Gohan and Piccolo.
Bro, they have all the Z fighters plus.
Exactly. They have all the Z fighters minus the kids, right? The kids are doing their thing where
they really sleeping on Gotenks in here.
I mean, dude, like, it is what it is. I feel like they're purposefully leaving them out because, like I said, the next time we do see them, they might have a little bit of a change to them. Like, they might actually have some kind of visible, like, design change, or they just might look a little older. I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, yeah, that's easy. Just make them a little taller or some shit, you know? But
they're the eternal children.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, I feel like, who knows? Maybe after Moro's defeated, they show themselves and be like, oh, like, we missed all the fun or whatever. And then Goku and Vegeta, like, they that's their kids, right? And they notice, like, you guys look a little different. And then, boom, the shot goes to Goten and Trunks, and they're, like, taller and all that shit. And this is what, then we get, like, an actual, like, time frame as to where exactly they are in this storyline. And boom, it sets up fucking Z, bro. The end of Z, Oob, all that stuff. That would be perfect. Because honestly, after Moro, I don't want anything else. I don't want anything like else to fill in this 10-year gap. Like, I need them to close that shit so that way we can move on. Okay? But back to the point of what I was saying before, like they got all these guys defending Earth, right? Like, why the fuck not? Just throw Broly in there. Especially if Goku's already lost and could, in theory, accidentally run into him. That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. If not, they don't do it. Whatever. It's not like I'm gonna be praying and hoping for this shit to happen. I'm just a Broly man. Like, of course I want to see my guy represented, you know? Like, that shit would be nice. We haven't seen him in the manga outside of the mention and the brief like bonus pages out of volume 11 that was released in Japan for Dragon Ball Super. And, you know, it would be cool. It would just simply be cool because, like I said, if we're going to believe that this moral arc, whenever this is coming to a close, is the final arc before they get to this 10-year gap closing.
I don't believe that.
You know? Like, honestly, dude, like, you could ask anyone else. Like, Geekdom agrees. He's like, bro, I like, he wants this shit to be, like, closed up so that we can move on. So that way we can finally head into the grand tour scheme of things and figure out what the fuck is going on next.
Nah. They can take their sweet ass time and give us as much Dragon Ball as we can take.
Dude, nah, man. Because think about it. Like, then it's gonna get so OD out of hand. It's like, how
Bro, it's already out of hand.
How many events?
How many colors do we have? It's already out of hand.
Listen, that shit don't even matter. How many events could they possibly fit in? Like, you have to take into consideration everything that's happened. Since Kid Buu, we had Beerus. We had Universe 6. We had Future Trunks, Goku Black, the Tournament of Power.
Did it really make sense to keep going after the Tournament of Power? Like, even announcing that they were going to keep going before it even ended?
Wait, say that again?
Like, before the Tournament of Power even ended, we knew that was not the end of Dragon Ball Super.
I know, and so look how much more we got.
Thing.
Dude, but look, like, I named 6 things so far. Then we have Broly, and now Moro. That's 8 events that I mean, I guess you could say 7 because, you know, I said Future Trunks and Goku Black, but that's all within the same one arc, right? But dude, like, that is 7 huge events all within the span of 10 years. That's like, I feel like anything else would just be like, okay, what the fuck are they gonna do outside of a Great Saiyan Man storyline, which I will totally be okay with. Like, after Moro, like, okay, what are they gonna do? Frieza again? Come on, like, they gotta close this shit up, man. Moro has to. This arc has to be the final shit because, yo, think about it. They already name dropped Oob before the Tournament of Power even started.
Aware, and I even brought that up about like releasing DLC characters and shit.
I'm telling you, bro. See, yeah, see, that's a very great point. DLC, the fucking we gotta infiltrate Bandai. They know what the fuck's going on. They probably got the script, the storyboards, and all that shit right now. They're like, oh yeah, we know what the fuck's going on because we're making the character in our video games. We're getting his shit ready. Fuck. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. But as far as this chapter goes, chapter 56 was a banger, fire chapter. Honest rating, I didn't have any problems with it. I'll give that shit a 10 out of 10. What about you?
I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, like I had no qualms. Like, everything from top to bottom, the Avenger pose at the beginning, the freaking all the different characters we got to see, the attention each one got, you know, everything just felt just right. It was like I was on some Goldilocks shit.
You know what's funny though?
Yeah.
He's talking about Goku being lost, running into Broly on Vampa.
Mm-hmm.
That literally means that if he manages to run into Broly on Vampa and he stays there, has a little conversation, like 1-2 minute conversation or however the fuck long, he already did instant transmission from Earth to Vampa.
There you go. Then he wouldn't even need the fucking ship.
He would once again be within range.
Exactly. Cause if that, dude, see that, oh my, see now you're fueling my fire. You realize this is gonna add another 10 minutes to this fucking video right here. I'm telling you, like, this is insane. Like, you why would you do that? why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Like, now we're screwed because now we're gonna sit here talking about more Broly because shit. Because that is the most that is so, oh my god. Why did you say that? Why the fuck did you say that?
I don't think they're gonna bring him in that soon. It'd be too, I don't know.
There is never too soon.
And we already
Broly.
discussed the whole Broly and Moro thing, how like they'd be the perfect adversaries for each other.
Dude.
Moro eats energy and Broly is energy.
Yeah, I feel, it's crazy. Well, first let me tackle this whole thing. Like, if he does accidentally get on Vampa, yes, that would be the perfect indicator for Goku, as dumb as he is, to be like, yo, I should be able to use my instant transmission from here, and boom. He makes the pit stop to Broly, whatever, see what they're going on, see what they're up to, whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, but I feel like, in all seriousness, and this is crazy, like, even for me, right? Like I said, back to what I was saying before, like with all the building up around Goku Vegeta, because that's exactly what this is all about. I feel like even if they did bring Broly in, like there would be some gimmick to keep him out of the fight, or to prevent him from actually getting too involved. Like they would do some shit to him so that way it was still about Goku and Vegeta. So now the new question
he's not ready to fight yet. That's why I don't think he would be brought in, because like he could very well turn into a problem.
Who you talking about, Broly?
Yes.
I mean, that's true.
He'll start dropping bodies of innocents accidentally because he's lost control. Like he's not ready for this yet.
Oh, we'll see. Well, hey, hold on. Here's an idea. Why'd you do this, dude? Dude, I could come up with all these scenarios for my man to make sense. Because if that happens, then
because she's gonna be like, Broly, stop, and he's gonna be fine on some Kale shit.
No.
Yes.
Because
on some Kale Kefla relationship shit, just like tell her to stop.
If he is control. Okay, if Chilai is the Jane to his Tarzan, or the whatever that bitch's name is from King Kong to the King Kong, right? Like if that's her role, then okay, then that is how he will be one step closer to mastering his own self-control.
Let's be honest, Akira Toriyama himself said that his favorite characters from the Broly movie were, I forgot his name, but Chilai and the dude that drove the spaceship.
And Limo?
Yeah. So he was like, yeah, I'd love to put them in more scenes if I could. So there you go. I mean, so okay, with this little berserk shit, if he has an episode, like this is like, wow, this is wild that we're even. He said we're really talking about this.
Yeah,
we're
really talking about this right now. Like if like it's actually about to happen, right? Fucking, if he ends up somehow involved with this, and he starts fighting, right? Like this is exactly, it plays into what I just said. Literally, like there's gonna be some gimmick that's gonna prevent him from actually being a factor with defeating Moro. Like he'll probably throw hands, and he will match up to what we were even
body shots.
Oh yeah, like he will match up to everything that we said in previous Full Power episodes when we talked about. Oh yeah, like this guy.
Imagine Broly
like this guy is
like
Moro's perfect.
Combo.
Wait, what?
Imagine Broly throwing Moro like the fighters combo.
Yeah, dude, like this would be Moro's perfect opponent, because he could absorb whatever energy he wants from him. But like if this guy's overflowing, like we've been theorizing, then it should just be like a neutral thing, right? And then it's just all it literally at that point just comes down to out maneuvering and all that kind of stuff. Like it comes down to the bare fighting at that point. And if, but you would think Moro's more experienced in fighting, but then again, I don't know, whatever, right? So once Broly gets to the stage of he's fucking rampant, if he does get to that point, then I feel like what'll happen is there would need to be a distraction to get him away from potentially hurting anyone else, if that's what you're trying to argue. And guess what? Guess who he could fight? Introducing Gohan and Piccolo. And there you have more dream match setups. How would they do against Broly? Because Piccolo's in the movie and didn't do anything besides be a fucking coach. Gohan wasn't even in the fucking movie.
He's talking on some Broly the Second Coming type shit.
Oh, you just made it 10 times worse. We're gonna end it on that, because this shit could literally go on and on. Like I said, I will come up with any scenario to make Broly make some sort of logical sense as to how he could fit in this entire series.
He's not
of
ready,
events. Dude. Even if he's not ready, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Like, when you say he's not ready, that means like, oh, he's not ready, like, to fight with control, obviously. But anywho, what do you? Oh yeah, you said you give it a 10 out of 10, right? The chapter.
Yep.
All right, bet. So chapter 57 comes out February 20th. I'm gonna check at the calendar to see exactly what the date is for that. On what day that falls. That's a Thursday. All right, so keep that marked in your calendars, ladies and gents. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and please like the video, subscribe, share this out to all your Dragon Ball anime friends. Keep it locked, loaded right here on Uchi Games channel. Stay classy. Take care of yourselves. May the power protect you. Have a good one. And we'll see y'all next time.